England had assembled the largest army it had ever sent into Scotland. Thousands of armored knights, seasoned infantry, and experienced commanders marched north, believing victory was inevitable. Their mission was simple: crush Robert the Bruce, relieve the besieged garrison at Stirling Castle, and end Scotland's fight for independence once and for all. On paper, Scotland had little chance. England possessed greater numbers, greater wealth, and one of the most powerful military forces in medieval Europe. Yet within just 2 days, that seemingly unstoppable army had been shattered. How did a smaller Scottish force defeat one of Europe's greatest armies? The answer lay in brilliant leadership, disciplined soldiers, and battlefield chosen with extraordinary care. For years, Scotland had resisted English domination. After the death of King Alexander III, England's King Edward I asserted control over the kingdom, sparking a struggle for independence. William Wallace inspired early resistance, but after his defeat, Robert the Bruce continued the fight. Crowned King of Scots in 1306, Bruce spent years rebuilding his position through raids, sieges, and the recapture of English-held castles. By 1314, only a handful of major English fortresses remained, including Stirling Castle. When its commander agreed to surrender unless relieved by late June, Edward II had little choice but to respond. He marched north with the largest army England had yet assembled, confident that overwhelming numbers would secure victory. Bruce intended to prove otherwise. Bruce knew he could not defeat England in open country. Instead, he carefully selected ground south of Stirling where woods, marshes, and the Bannockburn restricted English movement. He even ordered concealed pits dug to disrupt cavalry attacks. Every decision forced the English into terrain where their numerical superiority counted for far less. At the heart of Bruce's army stood the Schiltren, a dense formation of spearmen armed with long pikes. Unlike earlier Scottish armies that fought defensively, Bruce trained his men to advance while maintaining formation, creating a moving wall of spear points capable of stopping heavily armored cavalry. Before the main battle even began, Bruce inspired his army with an extraordinary display of courage. According to tradition, the English knight Henry de Bohun charged directly towards the Scottish king. Waiting until the final moment, Bruce sidestepped the attack and struck de Bohun down with a single blow of his battle axe. It was a dramatic reminder that Scotland's king intended to lead from the front. As the battle unfolded, Bruce's preparations proved decisive. The confined terrain prevented English cavalry from building momentum, while the advancing Schiltrens held their formation with remarkable discipline. England's enormous army soon became overcrowded and increasingly disorganized. Recognizing the moment, Bruce ordered a general advance. The Scottish line steadily pushed forward, driving the English backward across the difficult ground. At the same time, camp followers appeared on nearby hills. Mistaken for fresh Scottish reinforcements, they added to the growing panic within the English ranks. Before long, the English army collapsed into a chaotic retreat. Many soldiers were killed attempting to escape, while Edward II narrowly fled the battlefield with a small escort. Although Bannockburn did not immediately secure Scottish independence, it transformed the war. Bruce's victory strengthened Scotland's position, and in 1328 England formally recognized Scotland as an independent kingdom under the Treaty of Edinburgh-Northampton. The Battle of Bannockburn remains one of history's greatest examples of how preparation, leadership, and discipline can overcome overwhelming odds. Robert the Bruce defeated a far larger army not through luck, but through careful planning, intelligent use of terrain, and soldiers who trusted both their king and one another. More than 7 centuries later, Bannockburn continues to symbolize Scotland's determination to remain free and reminds us that history's greatest victories are not always won by the largest armies. History matters because people matter. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's story, I'd really appreciate if you would like this video and subscribe to HMS History with Michael Stroud. Those simple actions make a tremendous difference in helping YouTube recommend those often overlooked stories to more people who love history. If you'd like even more, Be sure to visit michaelgstroud.com, where you can subscribe to the HMS Monthly Dispatch, my free monthly newsletter featuring behind the scenes research, upcoming projects, and exclusive historical insights. Until next time, history matters because people matter.